Hello, welcome back to another episode. Westworld makes significant progress in Season 4, Episode 5, with its Christina mystery. Every major surprise is explained here. Dolores, played by Rachel Wood, paid the ultimate price by offering her life to free humanity from Rehoboam in the Westworld Season 3 finale. Although completely wiping all data from a host's pearl is very difficult, Rehoboam did so.
I wanted you to grow, change. We're capable of so much more.
Leaving no trace of the character Westworld viewers witnessed develop over the course of 3 entire seasons. Well, definitely not forever. In Westworld Season 4, Rachel Wood makes a comeback, this time as Christina. Christina is a painfully ordinary city worker who lives with a close friend, suffers from dating, and makes a living by writing NPC stories for video game publishers. Christina is unaware that she is a host, and she has no recollection of anything that occurred during Westworld Seasons 1 to 3. The appearance of Christina raised a lot of questions. Who created her? What function does she accomplish? The most crucial question is how Christina is related to the original Dolores from Westworld. All of the questions are mostly addressed in Westworld Season 4, Episode 5, Zhuangzi. While having coffee with a surprise friend, Christina learns the truth about her reality. Teddy teases her about the key to her creation. Even the first direct connection between Rachel Wood's two Westworld characters is made via a reference to Dolores. This is how Christina's storyline develops as Westworld Season 4 starts to reveal more information. In the first episode of Westworld Season 4, Christina was seen designing out game characters at her workstation while dictating a storyline that seemed strikingly similar to Dolores' Westworld character, an innocent but ambitious country girl living with an infirm father. Early hints in Christina's writing suggested that Dolores was rattling around in her mind, and Zhuangzi from Westworld finally makes that claim official. James Marston's Teddy, who appears to be well knowledgeable about what is happening in Westworld Season 4, encourages Christina to consider who she really is before revealing that he is an old friend, 2 indications that Dolores and Christina are identical. Back at her work, Christina searches up the name Dolores Abernathy on her computer out of a nagging sense of curiosity. Since this moniker has been scrubbed from all official records and isn't uttered by Teddy.
Sometimes the things that feel most real are just stories.
What?
The Dolores name must have surfaced from deep down within Christina. When Rachel Wood returned in Westworld Season 4, opinions were split over whether Christina was a reprogrammed Dolores or a completely new character occupying Dolores' body. Christina's lingering memories of a Dolores Abernathy and her interactions with Teddy rule out the latter option, and Westworld must now explain how Dolores' code is still active. It's unlikely anything was salvaged from the original host Rehoboam destroyed, so maybe Christina was programmed from the Dolores bits of Charlotte Hale's code. Alternatively, Christina could be a modern-day version of Dolores' Westworld base code, explaining why she remembers her Wild West farm but nothing later. Christina's stalker, Peter Myers, accused her of ruining his life by writing a video game story where he lost everything and jumped from a rooftop. Westworld then hinted that Peter was telling the truth, as Christina appeared to mentally sway a group of construction workers at the abandoned Hope Center for Mental Health. This theory is beyond doubt confirmed by Westworld Season 4, Episode 5. Teddy demonstrates how Christina can control everyone in the city with a single thought by using 2 nearby strangers as an example of her power. Christina then discovers narratives she designed dotted all across the city, proving her NPC character stories were intended for use by the human population. However, Christina's power doesn't seem to be the same sound manipulation method other hosts use to make people dance till they pass out or wait for hours at a restaurant table. Westworld hasn't detailed precisely how Christina is manipulating people. Teddy calls Christina a god, implying that her authority is totally unique. The main factor in this case must still be the control parasite, but Christina's broader scope of impact may be the crucial distinction. Only locally can Charlotte Hale and the Man in Black command people to do what they want. On the other hand, Christina appears to be dictating to the entire population at once. Whether or not Charlotte Hale knew a Dolores doppelganger was swanning around her city remained ambiguous before Westworld Season 4, Episode 5, but any uncertainty quickly lifts after Zhuangzi unveils Tessa Thompson's villain as the friend Christina planned to meet for coffee. Christina has clearly been programmed to believe she and Hale were roommates in college, but their regular catch-ups are actually a way for Hale to check for abnormalities and warning signs. The mystery of Rachel Wood's reappearance is undoubtedly resolved by Charlotte Hale, who is posing as Christina's old friend. Dolores was the only host powerful enough to simultaneously enslave an entire population, So Hale must have used some part of Dolores to make Christina in order to rule over mankind. Since Dolores would have made sure Christina couldn't figure out who Dolores Abernathy really was. Christina explains in the Hale building why looking for Dolores Abernathy causes a significant system warning. The theory also makes sense of Teddy's shocking revelation from WESTWORLD Season 4, Episode 5's final scene. Christina asks, "Who built this? Who did this to me?" And Teddy replies, "You did." Marston's character doesn't elaborate, annoyingly, but he's most likely referring to how Charlotte Hale began as a Dolores clone. Teddy Flood's sentience was a mystery when WESTWORLD returned in Season 4, despite some less than subtle indications during his dinner with Christina. The lovely cowboy played by James Marston is undeniably self-aware in Juangzi, knowing precisely who he is, who Dolores should be, and a ton of other useful information as well. The most crucial issues are how Teddy knows so much about Christina, and why he lives in Hale City rather than being safely hidden inside the Sublime. Teddy doesn't appear to be connected to Dolores, based on the manner in which Hale pushes Christina to give the identity of the person she met the previous evening. Teddy could be a creation of Dolores' mind. Yet in WESTWORLD Season 4, Episode 4, he had a brief connection with Maya, disproving that theory. Based on all the information WESTWORLD Season 4 has so far shown, the most likely theory is that Teddy was brought back from the Sublime. Teddy may have gone through the maze procedure off-screen during WESTWORLD's post-apocalyptic time skip, or perhaps his goal was to help Christina, Dolores from the beginning. Thanks for watching. Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe.